Man, it is hot today. These horses always think that this grain is for them. It's definitely not. Today I want to talk, so we have an audience, I want to talk a little bit about how you get your cows fed when you're not there. Boys, standing right there looking for us. If you've been following the channel, you probably noticed I've been lacking in posting the last 2 days. It's because I've been away. And so I thought it was a perfect opportunity to talk a little bit about what you do when you're away from, your cattle operation. And obviously mine is small, so it's a little bit easier. But I had a family member who was feeding steers. Jeez, horses are kicking that thing. I had a family member who was helping me out and fed the steers while I was gone. That might sound common sense to some of you guys, but I make this video because not everybody knows that. If you don't have cows yet, you might not realize, or not think about those little things before you purchase your first cattle herd. And obviously starting with 3 head, giving them, this 3/4 of a bucket twice a day is not a big chore or big hassle. Luckily they have pasture right now. You just got to make sure they, have water and everything. And it's pretty straightforward. Different cattle operations are going to require different help. Water's good. Just know there's a lot of people who don't have cattle and, they want to start a homestead. They want to start their first, small profitable ranch. Start with 3 head and scale up like we're doing here. And that's awesome. I think, the more family ranchers, the more homesteaders we have, the better. The more people who are growing, and raising their own food and then providing some of that quality homegrown food for their neighbors and other people around the country. I think that's amazing. But it is work at the end of the day. And you can do it as sort of a, hobby if you want to. But I think a lot of you, if you follow this channel, you want to know how to make this an actual profitable operation. And to do that, you might not be able to start out doing this as your full-time income. You might have to start as it being a side thing on the side of your full-time job. And if you have a full-time job that requires you to travel, this is going to be something that you're really going to have to think about. How often do you have to travel? And do you have somebody that's going to be able to, feed your cows when you're gone? If the only person you know in your area is, let's say, your significant other, and they usually travel with you, well, then that's not going to work very well. You got to have somebody who's prepared, somebody who knows how to do it. And I want you to think about also the things that could go wrong while you're gone. What if the worst case scenario happened? What if one of them got sick and they needed to go to the vet? Is that person who's helping you going to be able to do that? Are they going to be able to spot that? Are they, responsible enough to watch for that stuff? If it's very hot outside, are you going to watch for them? Make sure they're doing okay. If it's in the wintertime, weather, being able to understand how the animals need to be taken care of in different weather situations. What if they got out? If you have electric fence, are they going to be able to fix the electric fence? If it's barbed wire fence, are they going to be able to fix that? If you got, whatever you've got for your operation, in the worst case scenario, will they be able to at least get it done without you temporarily to kind of hold down the fort while you're gone, and then you can, fix that when you get back. But there's just so many little things that go into it. And again, that is part of why I started the Agri Summit community, because there's going to be people in there, ranchers in there who are seeking a profitable operation that are going to have their own experience with this type of situation. They're going to be able to share their experience of what they do when they're gone. Maybe they have a setup that makes it easier for the person who's helping them, especially when you get into those bigger operations, either the bigger feedlots or family feedlots, whether it be either the bigger family feedlots or the bigger cow-calf operations. Clearly my 3 steers here is going to be different than our bigger cow-calf operation. Just want you to go and think about that before you buy your first cattle herd. With that being said, if you want to start a homestead, want to start a profitable ranch, I ask you to subscribe to this channel. Share this channel with, 10 of your friends. The more subscribers I have, the more value and the more time I can put into these videos to provide you the best content possible. I really appreciate you guys who are watching. See you in the next one. God bless.